Good afternoon, YouTube family. It's your Island Girl T. We're back again with another very special video. For those of you who watched the previous video, I did mention that I would have some special guests on the show to talk to us about different aspects of health and fitness. And we have a very special guest. She's going to be introducing herself, talking to us about where she fits in that health and fitness process. Kathleen, take the floor.
All right, thank you for having me here.
You're welcome.
My name is Kathleen, and I am a certified clinical counselor here in Canada. And so my educational background is actually in marriage and family therapy. And so I see individuals, I see families, I see couples, I see children, and helping them navigate through their life challenges. And I'm glad to be here.
Wow, that's amazing, Kathleen. So tell me, what inspired you to go on this journey?
All right, I get that question a lot. So me coming from an Asian background, Filipinos, and also being in the church community, that puts mental health in a very dim light, meaning that it's not something that it's openly talked about. And so my main drive why I wanted to go into mental health was to first and foremost put a voice to mental health and cut that stigma, especially in the Asian community and also within the church. And so that's what really drove me to pursue this career and this
Impressive.
field. Yeah.
Very impressive. That's amazing. And I have to interject and say this, that myself also born and raised in a very strict church setting. Mental health was always something that we ran away from.
Right.
We didn't talk about it. We always resorted to prayer, which is important. Prayer is important, but also I believe that God has allowed people who are professionally trained to help us. And yes, we talk to God, but we need those trained professionals like yourself to help us navigate life and help us navigate these difficulties.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
So first of all, thank you for doing this, and
My pleasure.
thank you for responding to the call to go into this profession. So where are you now in your career pathway, and kind of what are you doing at this moment in time?
Okay, so I actually just graduated last year. So I finished my graduate studies last year back in British Columbia. So I did my studies there. And so I worked there for about 2 years, seeing children, actually a lot of children. Yes, a lot of children, and also young teenagers and young adults. So that was mainly who I was seeing. And then now I moved back home in Edmonton to pursue, hopefully to really start my career here. And honestly, this is an answered prayer. Like I said earlier, what really drove me to this profession was to to cut that stigma, especially in the church. And so being able to talk about mental health in the church setting, the church context, is an answered prayer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I agree with you 100%. Wow.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself going? Like, what is your target at this point?
Since I am early in my career, I do plan to just continue to work with individuals. I think right now, child therapy is what's calling me, and
that's your specified
I feel
area.
like I'm open to working with any individuals, but I feel like now I'm getting more opportunities in working with children, and so I think that's the path that I'm probably going towards too. And really just building my career since I am early on, and so really just continue to follow where God takes me.
Yes, of course.
Where God wants to take me, and continually to do these talks within the church. And that's where I see myself.
Oh, that's so nice. Now, I know that there's, this channel is open to every age group, but I myself have such a soft spot for children and young people. And so those of you who are young folks who are watching this video, do you have something special to say to them?
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, I work a lot with young children.
Okay.
5 to 12, but I also work a lot with teenagers as well. And I think something that I would tell them is that they're not alone in whatever they are going through. I think more than ever, mental health, and I'm glad that mental health has been more openly talked about. Social media has been really good at spreading mental health awareness. And so now to just continue to remind the generation today that you're not alone.
Yes.
And that it's okay.
Yes.
That you're having a hard time, you're going through certain situations, especially within the family. I find that a lot of what's the struggles that they're going through is family, whether that's within their own family and even within their friendships, you know, in schools.
Yes.
And so you're not alone, and that it's okay to have a hard time. It's okay, but there are people out there that are willing to hear you out, and you don't have to handle this or deal with this on your own.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. At the end of the day, I don't think we really realize what children and young people go through in this day and time.
Right, yeah.
Like, there's so many things that are available at their fingertips to distract them. There's so many distractions. It's hard for them to stay focused.
Yeah.
And then there's the peer pressure at school and just a whole ton of things that we don't often really give enough credit to say that, oh my goodness, maybe we're not spending enough time zeroing in on our young people and our children and making sure that they are in a good mental space.
Yeah, there is really an importance to that now. I think you were able to mention that. I think, more than ever, the social media has been very, like, it's good, but then it's also a weapon sometimes.
Yes.
That, a lot of the teenagers now are just really following and believing everything that social media tells them.
Yes.
And so we really have to be careful. And I want to acknowledge too that I think a lot of adults are downplaying a lot of what the kids are going through now.
Yes.
I'm here as a therapist to tell you that, what you're going through makes sense. And we can talk about that. There's definitely spaces to talk about that.
Yes.
And I hope that, like, even within the city, there are resources to free resources, even to just talk to a counselor,
right?
Whether that's like short term, just talk to them quickly. There's a crisis line. There's all these resources, and I think that's what the generation now needs to also utilize, right? That there are these resources, and maybe I can even share that to you so that you can share that in your description.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because I think that's something that is taken advantage of, and they can definitely use that. Yeah.
Can you talk to us a little bit about some of the tools that are accessible, that are accessible to our young people even now? Like, is there maybe a phone number, or are there certain books that you recommend reading? Is there?
Yeah. I think, like what I mentioned earlier, there are, like, it's great that the city of Edmonton really offers these resources, and there are phone numbers that I can share. Sure. That you can easily just speak to someone whenever you are in crisis, or whenever you are in need of just someone to listen to you. And books, definitely, there are a lot of resources out there, and I think we really do have to also be careful with what the social media tells us, and so we have to make sure that these resources are credible, and we don't just believe everything that TikTok says, because I know that's what the generation does now. But definitely I can share that.
Perfect. That sounds good. Thank you, Kathleen, so much for mentioning this. There are so many things on TikTok, like she mentioned, YouTube, so many different media platforms that are telling young people and children to do a multitude of things that isn't necessarily accurate or true, or may not even really apply to you or your situation.
Yeah.
And then you might find yourself in a really bad situation on top of that. So that's such a great point you brought up, as to make sure that whatever resource you're using or thinking of accessing, that it's actually credible, that are real people who actually care about their work, what they're doing, and can kind of help you navigate life or navigate those difficult situations. Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you so much, Kathleen, for coming on the channel and greeting the YouTube family.
Yeah, thank you for having me here.
What a pleasure.
Yeah.
Who knows? I hope in the future maybe to have more sit down talks and discussions with you to reach more young people. I love y'all, and I think it's important this YouTube channel was created to motivate and inspire and to help as many people as possible, young or old, middle-aged. If you're a senior, I don't care. We love y'all. But we're just so grateful and glad that she's taken this opportunity, especially in a church setting, of all settings, to really do this and to break that stigma around mental health and around talking about it in the church community and just otherwise. So thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah, thank you for
Excellent.
having me here.
Excellent. Well, thank you again for my family and friends, my coworkers. Shout out to ARC. Love y'all. And also for those of you who are stopping by for the very first time, you are always welcome indeed. We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Mwah.